Man, it's wild to see my evolution in how I feel about this game. Because when I started, oh yeah, I gotta check up on others, so we're gonna pause for a second. Because when I started, I was hesitant about it. I loved the turn-based combat. I did. I loved it. I've always been a fan of turn-based combat. However, I was a little bit hesitant when it came to the action combat. For an old man like me, my reactions don't they're not what they used to be. And so I was very hesitant about how it was going to go. But the more I play this game, the more I just kind of fall in love with it. And really, I think the backbone is the fact that I'm so invested in the story. I want to know what happens to these characters. All these characters are so... there's a lot to them. But I think also the fact that, like, I didn't necessarily put this together, but I think that this is kind of like the Final Fantasy game that I always wanted, but was never really playing at the proper time. I was a little bit too young for, you know, like the turn-based Final Fantasies. Final Fantasy VIII, I played a lot of, but I played like the same 30 minutes. I played it on one of those old Pizza Hut demo discs. So I played like the same level over and over and over again. And I like got my love of like turn-based games from Pokemon and that, but I was too young to like. I was still into like the Pokemon, right? I wasn't into like the Final Fantasy yet. And then by the time that I was ready to dip my toes into Final Fantasy 13 was out, and that was when they were doing the whole action combat thing, and I didn't like it. It was too much of an action game for me. And if I was going to play an action game, I was going to go play Devil May Cry. I was going to go play God of War. And I didn't want Final Fantasy for that. You know, and working their way up, you know, Final Fantasy 15, 16, well, wait, Final Fantasy 14 is the MMO. Final Fantasy 15, right. 15 I never played. I played 13, I played 13-2, and then 16, it's all like the action combat, and I didn't want that. This is what I wanted in a Final Fantasy. So Square Enix, if you're watching, bring us back to the roots. Bring us back to the turn-based combat. Even just frigate, just copy this. Just do like an action system that you're already kind of doing, but do it in a turn-based setting. That would be sweet. So yeah, I'm kind of hooked on this. It's real good, and I want to know what happens. I want to know what happens to these characters. I think that there's something more going on with Verso that we don't know yet. I think he has some kind of I think he has some kind of relationship with Mael. Not a romantic one, obviously. But I think he knows more than he's letting on. I don't know. We'll find out. So in order to find out, we gotta press on.
Better?
That white-haired bastard hit us before we even knew he was there. I want to return the favor. And you're the best fighter I know.
Now. Now, we kind of lost our other best fighter. Well, in her mind. I don't think he was our best fighter.
You know they'll be back. I want to get them before they can get us.
Emotions are powerful. You have to make sure they work with you, not against you.
I know.
Okay. First lesson. Sounds obvious, but you need to see. Really see. Your eyes will tell you the truth, but your brain can lie.
What do you mean?
Emotion can mess with your perceptions. Make you miss important details on the field. Fixate on the wrong thing, or see what you want to see.
Okay.
You need to see things as they are, not how you think they are. See your target so you can understand your target. How they move, how they think, how they react. So you can anticipate and adjust. On the field, it's just you, your weapon, and your enemy. And you need to understand all three. Everyone has blind spots, so every day you ask yourself, what's yours? What's theirs? Do you know?
Thought this would be more of a technique lesson.
That surprises me. Mael doesn't seem like the kind of person who'd want like the quick way in and out. You know, just like give me the quick answer.
You see, there was a stalactite and I smashed it.
Oh, I'm so
Utterly
ready for this one.
destroyed it. I did it in 2 attacks, plenty of damage. There was nothing left. Then there was a giant Pellerin that attacked. It was tough, but I defeated it, no problem.
Pellerins are weak. I could have done that blindfolded.
This expedition is gloomy.
Yeah. They lost a lot of friends, and they just buried another. Grieving takes time.
How about a little verso magic to lighten the mood?
You mean the one that hurts like hell?
Yes, I mean the one that hurts like hell.
Dude, their relationship is
All right,
so
all right,
good.
I'll do it.
I wonder how long they've actually been friends, because he's been here for a while. Wait, what was that?
Hi.
Not now, please. I'm working.
But they just seem like the best of friends. Wait,
Hi.
are you smoking?
Verso, there you are. How did... Oh, fuck. Oh my... wow.
What is that?
Oh, what?
Hi. I'm a pair of legs. That
Wait,
can
they
talk.
said magic. Okay, so it's not like he's undead.
We're both verso.
You are so ridiculous.
Wait, this is a Minoko thing.
How can your legs talk?
Yeah, so he's
Oh,
using...
yes, I'm quite proud of that.
He's got to be using the
There's a lot of
powers of
training.
a Neveron.
Does it? Does it hurt?
No, it doesn't.
Did you cut yourself in half? Did Monoko cut you in half?
Do you heal from the top or the bottom? Or do you have to bring the halves together? Hey, can you control the process?
So, if you're cut in half, does that mean you can be in 2 places at once? Can you go scouting with Monoko with your lower body, while your upper body stays here and talks to us?
Well, yeah, you see, I can go hunt Neverons with my top half, while my bottom remains here cooking meals. Back in the days, that's what we used to do.
Can
Wait, what? But how does his legs do that?
All that pain just to put a smile on their faces. Verso, aren't you getting too attached?
Actually, he's not attached at all. Okay, that was corny as heck. Wait, they're not even gonna tell us what just happened? They're just gonna leave it like that? Okay. I guess so. Man, that was weird. I guess to be fair, that's a lot of what this game is they don't necessarily give you the answers. They kind of just expect you to fill in the blanks yourselves. Okay, so when we last... Oh, right, I'm going right into Old Lumiere. So, since the last time, I think what I'm going to do... I'm not sure if I'm going to do this every time, but look, if I'm being honest, I just want to play this game all the time. So, I kind of cleared out this section of the side content. There hasn't been... There was... Oh, man, there was one fight. There was one fight that I did that was freaking hard. I don't remember what it was, though. Shoot, I wish I could remember. Oh my god. Okay, where is it? Where is it? So the other this Gesture Beach right here. No, why did I think that this was a pain? Never mind. That was just a giant climbing puzzle. I did that. Yeah, so we're just going into Old Lumiere, and I'm assuming this is going to be kind of a big story point. So I'm hoping for a lot of answers here. Just as an FYI, I did change up the team again. Like I did say that I was going to. So now that I've gotten the Verso out of my team, out of my system, I've played with him. I've seen what he's like. We're gonna put him on the back burner. I'm gonna go back to my original 3-lady squad. Mael, however, is no longer doing the tanking thing. I just don't think it's necessary, especially for where I'm at in the game right now. And kind of like what the bosses are doing. I don't think that it's super necessary to have. So she's just kind of your she's kind of our typical damage dealer. I don't think she's doing anything super special right now. I wanted her to break shield, so we do have access to that. I did unlock Sword Ballet, so I did get a couple extra levels while doing the side contest, so I was able to get that. But otherwise, she's basically the same as we had her before. These 4 abilities were all the same. I took off all her buffs and debuffs. I do have Fencer's Flurry now. Initially, I had this as offensive switch, but right now, because we're doing a lot of like mobbing and stuff, the AoE is better. Once we get to a boss, I'll likely switch this up to offensive switch just to be able to apply a debuff to the enemy. And obviously it's much cheaper, and I don't want to spend 3 AP just to hit one enemy, unless the boss has multiple units, which it might. At some point we might use Mesoforte. I did unlock this. Yeah, but Egade, we're not using that anymore. Initially, we were using Spark to apply Burn, but that's not super necessary anymore. Lune here. So the only thing that I've changed up here is now we have access to Rock Slide, which... So basically, the fact that we have this means that we don't have to use Mayhem anymore. Mayhem is what we were using for breaks. It's nice that it costs a little bit less, dealt more damage, but having access to Rock Slide now gives us... a way that if we need... Actually, I just realized that doesn't entirely work. I was going to say, if we need to get an Earth Stain, we can use it. However, if we have 3 of the others, it's going to consume it. So, we're working our way to what is it? Tectonic Crush, I think. So eventually we'll get there, but this is the swap up. Other than that, it's all the same. It's the same Elemental Trick into Elemental Genesis. Really like this combo. Really enjoyed that. And then Sael. So Sael is doing what we were doing 2 streams ago with her. We're using the Chadian here, which Sun skills always apply 10 Foretell, but damage is doubled. So we're using her with Card Weaver, which is a single target hit, propagates Foretell, and it is a Sun ability. So it applies 10 Foretell to whoever you target, and then propagates to everybody. So basically everybody starts on her first turn at 10 Foretell, which is really nice. And immediately after she gets a second turn. So it's basically just free 10 Foretell. It does cost a skill slot, right? And it's not a ton of damage, but gives us a lot of utility. Because, and if we don't want to do that, FYI, we have Searing Blood for some AoE damage. So if somebody's burning, we can do this instead if we want to. It's a little bit more damage, I think. But I have this just in case. It was honestly, it was a bit more of a filler spot. Intervention. We do have this now. So we can start passing off AP to our other units and allowing them to go multiple times. We have Grim Harvest here in case she needs... Or actually, this is just our AoE heal. So in case we need one, we have that now. And of course, we can just go... We can use like a Card Weaver into Grim Harvest to just like heal a ton if we need to. We have Plentiful Harvest. So if we need to spread AP to everybody, we can do that. And then of course, we have Phantom Blade just as a break spell. And this is just our hard-hitting move for now. Oh, yeah. I also found this in Media Res. So plus 3 shields on battle start, but maxed health is halved. So we have her health big. Actually, I probably need to invest more into her health pool now that I'm thinking about it. Because she's taking double damage from her weapon. But she does have... Oh, right. She has cracked defense because of in Media Res. Right. I was thinking that that's at health. That's his defense. Yeah, she's just like not taking any damage. So this is just busted on her. That was over... I found that over on this beach way down here. Where is it? So this one, in Dark Shores. So this is the beach that we start the game on where old Gramps just like annihilates everybody. There's no way to win a fight here at the level that I'm currently at. But if you run around past the enemies, you can pick up everything in there. A lot of it is just currency, but there is, I think there's 2 Pictos in there, and that in Media Res is one of them. And so now actually that I'm thinking about it, I don't think that I've actually put that... I think I did finally unlock it, so I think I can put it over here in my Lumina's... It's actually called in... Yeah, it's actually called in Media Res, so I obviously want to get that. So let's go ahead and sort these by active. And we can remove... We want the burning shots. We want the critical moment if we can. We can probably get rid of rewarding mark. And what's something cheap? Maybe exhausting power? Yeah, we can get rid of exhausting power. So we'll take this. This is going to help us out a bunch for our survivability. +3 shields at the start of battle. Right, but everyone's health is halved. Yeah, but our defense is still pretty high. We'll try it out. I think I'm okay with this. And then, yeah, we got to figure out my L's here. On applying shell. I don't know if that means if she has to apply shell. Or if just anybody applies shell. Although, to be fair, actually, I can take this off, I think. We do have SOS shell. But I don't have the buff from Sael anymore. So I think we can afford to take that off. Yeah. Okay. We're good. We'll go with that. We'll give that a shot and see how it works. So yeah, let's head into Old Lumiere and see what this has in store. I'm looking for some answers. I'm hoping that we get some. That is a lot of swords. This feels very
Welcome, my friends.
well. I was gonna say it feels very Elden Ring, but as someone who has never
Anyone
played
still
Elden Ring,
here?
I wouldn't necessarily
Just
know.
never
But
So this is where our piece of Lumiere used to be. Before the fracture ripped apart the world and threw us into the sea.
but as somebody who has never played Elden Ring, it very much looks like it.
We're lucky it did. That's probably the only reason we survived.
The heart of the paintress is in the center. Let's go.
Hang on. Okay, now we can go ahead and buy from him. So of course we're gonna fight you. Hey, hey. There we go. Let's see how much damage Sael can do. This is kind of a great time to do it. So she starts at 7. So if we do Card Weaver,
Deal me in.
it gets her to 5, and then yeah, 5 is enough to intervene. 5 is enough to do anything. So I don't need to do any more energizing start for her. Obviously, we don't need to heal. We don't need to. Technically, we can just go for big damage. I kind of want to say. Well, there's no real saving my AP to be fair. So we can just go Fancy Blade.
Lady Luck smiled today.
Okay, so the fact that she's built into defense is pretty nice. That she's already hitting damage cap. And then so we have 2 more turns. We can always. Oh Jesus, this is gonna be. Yeah. So we refill the full, get an extra turn, and just Phantom Blade again. Okay. Yeah. I can get behind this. I can get behind this build. That was sweet. What is this? Is this one of her weapons? Yeah, it's Foretell. Free aim shots can consume 1 Foretell, deal 100% more damage. Base attack applies 3 Foretell. Well, that's not what I want to be doing, but I'm gonna grab it just so that we have it. Let's grab the. Do I need these? I'm just gonna grab them. Longer powerful. On applying powerful, its duration is increased by 2. Okay, so if we eventually go into a more buff build, we can maybe do that. Recovered 25% health on counterattack. That's a nice one to grab. We're obviously going to grab the Color of Lumina. And obviously the Revive Tint Shard. And now we are broke. That's okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and pop this on somebody. We can probably make... Yeah, we can take off Solidifying for now. So let's put the healing counter here. Longer powerful... Oh, we also have Protecting Heal. Oh, I have a whole bunch of these. I have Breaking Burn. Oh my god. Yeah, I have so many of these. Okay. So let's do this. Dead Energy. That can come off. We'll put on Breaking Burn. This can come off. That's just there for stats. To gain powerful on free aim. Ooh, that's super nice. Okay, let's go ahead and unlock that. At death's door, we don't need that. We can do longer powerful there, and then warming up. Let's grab I don't really care about that one. Aegis Revival is fine, I guess. Maybe Fueling Break. Bringing target doubles its burn amount. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and unlock those. We'll swap those out in a couple battles. Yeah, what are all these giant swords everywhere? Whoa, it's like bent. Well, actually, it's bent just like
The
the
heart is in the center of the
the Eiffel Tower looking thing in regular Lumiere.
Right? Show off a bit, Minoko.
Oh, how strong is he?
Just admit you can't do it yourself.
God, they are just two old men, aren't they? Don't know that we were expecting that. Jeez, can you do it without killing us, please? He's so happy with his handiwork. Wait, is he...
Minoko, why the hell did you?
Yeah, is he...
Sorry, I fucked up. I just wanted to show off.
We just have to regroup. The others should be fine.
Oh, poor Minoko.
Verso said the heart is in the center of Old Lumiere, right?
Right. Okay, Minoko, stop crying.
Oh, don't tell me they're gonna do this. Are we separated now?
Yes,
So we have to use Minoko? Is that what's happening? Because I didn't see Verso or Mael. Damn it. Alright, I gotta set up his stats then. Damn it. Okay. Upgrade attributes. Does he do I even have any weapons for him? No. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. So the other no, come on, lad. Hey, what's going on, Jake? So the other Gestural Beach thing I did was this giant jump puzzle. Kind of like I don't even remember the name. But there was that game, it was like jump around or jump on it or something. Some jumping game. You had to climb this giant freaking mountain. It took me like half an hour to do the whole jump puzzle. I get to the top, and you know what I get for my time jumping? I should have saw this coming. I got Minoko's Speedo. Not what I was expecting. I should have expected it because every other Gestural Beach was like, oh hey, look here, you know, you can get some swimsuits. For some reason, I didn't think it was gonna be that. So, like, I got it, and it looked like a full armored suit, and I was like, oh, this looks pretty cool. And then I couldn't find it. I was like, who's it for? I was looking through all the girls, like I couldn't find it. And then I got to Minoko and I was like, oh, are you freaking kidding me? Oh boy, yeah, he has no points on it. Screw it. The other two can hard carry. The other two can hard carry. I'll give him his attributes. I know. I should have put that together. I don't know why I wasn't. So we're working on her agility. I don't care about him. Ciel, what are we doing here with you? Actually, I should probably just... Oh, wait, you don't even have any points. Never mind. You're not good enough. All right, let's go.
Friends, I beg your forgiveness for...
Yeah, I think at this point with the CL combo, I'll be good enough to... It'll be good enough to
It's
carry.
okay, Minoko.
I don't have to worry about what he's
Let's
doing.
move on, shall we?
Or at least here's hoping. here's hoping. Why does this keep resetting on me? Well, never mind. Nothing wants to do what I want it to, so it is what it is. Okay. Actually, let's see if we can get that burn off. Nice. Yeah, we're gonna be able to smash these guys. I'm just literally gonna do basic attacks.
The cards have spoken.
Yeah, we just do this, and then we just go Searing Bond.
Take this.
Wait, that's not the one I wanted. Shit. Okay, well, it is what it is. Oh shit, they pierce. That's okay. No, I don't want to learn. I don't want to love Minoko. He's too much of a pain. I would love Minoko if I didn't have to use him in order to make him good. But because he needs constant love and affection, it makes me want to push him away. It's like, just stop being so needy, bro. But he's just the neediest one out there. And it makes me want to not need him or not love him.
Let us stain them.
Actually, we can probably just wildfire these guys.
A bit of violence, yes.
And plus, why would I want him when I have two fully capable, strong, independent women? Except when they love each other. Was that it up here? I guess it was just... This is probably the section where it's like, hey, you should probably use Minoko, because we're going to give you a bunch of items for him. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
How exactly did our piece of Lumiere end up on an island when the rest of the city is here?
One of the great mysteries. I wish we had more time. There's so much to study here.
God, she's such a nerd. But I love the nerds. I am a
Let
nerd.
the ink flow.
Oh, I get to just go again?
Brace yourselves.
Oh no! Oh wait, I can totally just put the Pictus on him that kills him. Yep, don't have to worry about that anymore. We're just gonna let our boy be constantly dead. What is it called? This is probably the easier way to find it. Auto death. It's pretty on the nose. And now we just have girl power.
So, Minoko, what was life like before the fracture?
The world was smaller and cozier, livelier.
Ooh, that's a big
There were
sword.
many more of us Gestrels back then.
I want the big sword.
The fracture tore our villages apart, Only a fraction of a fraction survived. Our forests are filled with gestrels awaiting rebirth.
Bye, Minoko.
Stain them.
The cards have spoken.
Yeah, what did I have for my AoE ability? Did I even have an AoE? Oh, she doesn't have an AoE ability on her. Might have to think about that. Because I was thinking that that's what Searing Bond was.
Your time to shine.
A storm is coming.
But I know, like, my big AoE spell is coming in time. Because I'm going towards... Yeah, I'm going towards Dark Wave. I need 9 levels for that, though. So, like, Twilight's... Let me see. What do I have unlocked here? So you can do Firing Shadow. Yeah, because Card Weaver does exactly what I need it to. I don't need Searing Bond. Okay, I was thinking that that was going to be my AoE spell. So let's do Firing Shadow. There we go. Okay, we're all set now. We're all set up. Is that just leading... Okay, that's just leading where we're going anyway. Oh, duh. That's where we just literally climbed up. I got the memory of a goldfish. I have the strangest memory. For a lot of things, for a lot of, like, unnecessary things, I have the memory of a goldfish. And then when it comes to other things that are sometimes relevant, it's like a steel trap. And I never know which one's which. I have nothing but time, I suppose, to sit and think. Are you a spirit trapped in the gamage? These days, I'm just a man who sits and thinks. When she was young, she'd get sad thinking about mortality. But when I asked her about her sadness, her answer surprised me. Are you talking about the paintress? She paints. She wasn't scared of death itself. She was sad because there are more works of art than she'd ever be able to see in her lifetime. So many fables from around the world that she'd never be able to collect, to bring to life in her workshop. All the beauty in the world she'd never get to experience. That saddened her. I encouraged them to believe that their dreams are within their grasp, but she proved me a liar. She did love to challenge me. Of all of them, she and I are the most alike. All of them? It's important to remember the ones we love, to keep them alive in our minds when they're far away. Far, far away. Are you originally from Old Lumiere? I paint them so that I can remember them. Remember their faces. The man has gone silent. I almost wonder... I've been thinking about this. I almost wonder if the paintress isn't necessarily killing people, but is instead teleporting them to a different area. I don't know why she would be doing it by ages, though, but that would be a very Final Fantasy thing to do, to make what you think is the villain all of a sudden is, like, not a villain at all. And obviously this isn't Final Fantasy, but it's Final Fantasy E. It's the Final Fantasy game we deserve.
Doesn't that look like one of Esquier's stones?
Oh, yeah.
Let's bring him a gift.
Lily, why you gotta be smug like that? She was looking at that, she's like, yeah,
I was
great.
surprised you agreed so readily to Verso's plans.
He seems to be our best bet for now. We lack too much information.
Do you trust him?
Oh, she does the
I
like, do you trust
that
me?
he wants to
I'd be
reach
so
the
pissed.
Matrix, so for now, our interests are aligned.
He has been helpful.
There's something
Still,
about him, though.
I have this feeling he's hiding something.
Funny that she says that with Minoka right here, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, I don't nothing. I don't."
Minoko, how did you meet
Yeah,
Verso?
He knows something. Let's get some reveals here. Who is he?
I don't really remember. I feel like I've always known Verso.
You mentioned traveling with other expeditions.
Quite a few.
How many? What happened to them?
He's been with other expeditions. Well, I guess
What
he.
happened to them?
I guess maybe he
ask Verso
played.
when we find him.
Maybe he
Yeah.
played the same role that he's doing now with
Finding
us.
them comes first.
Although I'm surprised we haven't heard anything about that in the journals.
Any idea what this is?
That's hair.
I'm afraid not. This is my first time here.
That
as
better
well.
not be a giant mime I have to fight without one of my main characters. Oh, here we go. Here's the journal. So Verso actually killed us all.
58. They were the ones that Verso was traveling with.
Yep.
I believe so.
So Verso is actually the villain of the
Made it
story.
Surprisingly far. An axon. Interesting. Verso is. Is this true?
Oh, dude, no shot. Wait, it actually just talks inside of
is
her
with
head?
We need to go now.
Verso would never harm her.
If it's not in my journal so I can listen to that, ooh, buddy, I'm gonna be grumpy.
Can you stand? Minoko gets a bit carried away sometimes.
My back hurts, but I'm fine.
Good. The others are probably heading towards the center of the city. We'll rejoin them there.
Feels like home.
Yeah. Feels like home. You okay?
Maybe she's a
Like they fits well in
reincarnation.
the disaster expedition, eh?
Yeah. It does. After you.
I don't know. I'm just throwing darts at the dartboard, and so that way when we get to the end, I can be like, "Oh, I guessed that," and it's like, "Yeah, you also guessed 100 different things."
Speaking of home, where do you live in Lumiere?
Hold the phone. Do I have? Yeah, I don't have anything on you right now. Okay, let's get you unlocking some stuff. I'll do that. I don't even know if it's worthwhile, but mail can carry.
Center. Angelique's Boulangerie. I ate there every morning.
Just make sure there's nothing on.
wonder
Yeah,
if it's still
see,
there.
that's why I turn around.
It's called Matilda's now. When this is over, you should go and visit.
I was watching a video today from the studio. It was a like behind the scenes video of all the voice actors, and I didn't realize that the voice of Verso is the voice of Clive in Final Fantasy 16, and now that's all I can hear. That's literally it. And he like looks similar. There we go. But you know what's funny is in watching behind the scenes content, I think can give a really solid understanding of maybe not necessarily whether media is going to be good or not, but whether it's going to be quality or not. There's just a different vibe I get when I watch behind the scenes video of, like, there's not many of this game. Really, it was just like 1 or 2 videos. But they have like music videos for the main music theme. And in watching this content and like in watching the game director talk to some of these voice actors, they had a really so something's clearly up with Verso, right? We just had this whole scene, but in the behind the scenes video, Ben Starr, who's the voice actor, all the characters were talking about like their characters, and they were, you know, the voice actor for, I forget all their names, but the voice actor who plays Mael, she's like, oh, Mael, she's, you know, this like radiant personality. And then you get to Ben Starr, he's just like, so Verso is, and he looks to the side, and it's just the director sipping coffee right next to him, just like giving him the death stare. And he starts talking, and they like blur over his face, blur over his audio, because so obviously there's like a secret here about him. But when you can see like these directors just like having fun, and there was an interview that Co Carnage just did with the director game, there's a different feeling I get when you know people are enjoying their time working on a project, when you know that it is a labor of love, versus when I see a more corporatized either behind the scenes video or announcement video of maybe a new patch, a new update, or maybe like an announcement of a game. Blizzard, you know, there's a different, they have a different feel about them. It's got that like, I don't know what it is, I can't put my finger on it, but you know it when you see it. It happens every time. Every time you can tell when something is a passion project or just we're just here to collect the paycheck.
Let's carve a path.
Oh, I don't have his things to get him extra points anymore.
Here we go.
That's okay. We're more than strong enough. Whoa, wait, is that a path back there? Oh, no, it just looked like it. It was a illusion from the light.
I never said there was treasure.
That's treasure. Oh. Secret pathway. Oh my god. That's what the old key is for? The thing that I got with a token at the very beginning of the game is for this? Wow. Talk about late usage.
Melanie, 5th of February. The Brigadiers are overdue from their mission to the Monolith, and we've lost half our remaining fighting strength to these creatures and their relentless assault. All adults have taken up arms, but I'm a bookkeeper. What am I supposed to do? Count them before they slaughter us? We've hidden the children. At least they're warm and dry in the cellars, but rations are running low. Things are calmer now at the hospital, but that's because most die before we can get to them. I guess I'm living out of pure stubbornness at this point. Survival isn't really survival anymore. Everyone's so quiet lately. Afraid we'll draw attention. Sometimes I talk to myself just to hear another human voice. Trevor, you promised I could die before you. You promised.
Wow. So that's what the key unlocked, huh?